Imagine with me, if you will, that you are at an event, the most awesome event. Everybody has a different event in their head that they would love to be part of. Now, this is not something like you know, Comic Con. We're talking about unless your skill is in Comic Con style. So this would be an event that relates to business or to you and your expertise. So for me, it might be like a TED event, but not like a TEDx, but like the TED event. Or it might be something at NASA or some sort of space program, right? Something cool. Yes, we all have our dreams. I have unicorns on my shirt, so sue me. So imagine you're at the freaking coolest event in the world and you are actually sitting up on the platform. And right now, the coolest guy in the world, or the coolest girl, whoever you just think is the bomb, is up there introducing the next speaker. And you're sitting there listening to this, and the next speaker they're going on and on about the speaker. They say things like, and I'm going to give you 10 things, so just listen through. This person started out their career doing this small business that relates to this field. They worked very hard at it for a long time. Then for a while, they got a real job at this other company. And you're thinking in your head, oh yeah, I remember when I did that because I had kids and it was a hard time, so I had to get a real job. So they got this job at a real company. And then third, they started their second business, and this one was a big risk. So they took a big risk in our industry, and it was tough. And you may have failed in the end, but they were doing something very, very exciting and almost impossible. And after that, they actually became a speaker at events talking about this particular field and how to improve X and Y in the field. And you think back and remember, yeah, that was really tough. It was kind of embarrassing. You failed, but you worked really hard and you learned so much. So you had been able to go and talk to people about it. After that, they invested as an advisor in certain companies, and they had some successful startups that were able to continue on and become bigger companies, and they did get to invest on the front lines of those. And then the fifth thing is that they started another really cool business, and this time with a business partner that was somebody else in the field that's very awesome. And it was more well known than the little guy was at that point. So these two collaborated together and they began a new business. So this was his third business, and this one was very successful. And after that, he was able to work with all of these cool big companies, name drop, lots of cool companies that they were able to work with together. After that, he won an award for X in our field, and that was after a lot of years of work and putting in the blood, sweat, and tears. He won that award. And after that, he actually sold a company to, and it might have been one of his startups he had invested in years ago, or maybe it was this new one that he was able to sell to a larger company, and it had that validation of an award at the end of all of that hard work. And he also has been quoted by so-and-so, who's really cool, as being a great friend and somebody that you would like to meet. And now I would like to introduce you to, and then the person who is introducing turns around and points to you. And you are asked to come up on stage and give a kick-ass presentation on how to be awesome and talk about something in your field that you care about very much. Now, if you can imagine all of those things, it's a very exciting moment. Your entire life, in some ways, has led up to this moment. Now, if you hate speaking in front of people, don't worry. This was a very small event with only a couple of people, and you're just able to talk like your friends. But the point is that in our careers and in our brands as a person, even more so than a career, we really have to make sure we remember to focus on those things that will lead to somebody knowing us for a certain area. We become an expert in this field. So like I said, you have to start out. You have a small, modest business in your field. Then you have to get you may have to get a real job to get that real world experience. Then when you do your next business, it might be more of a risk. You may fail, and that is okay. And then you can go on to talk and to speak with people. You may be able to take equity as an advisor or invest in companies that are related to your field. You may then be able to expand who you're working with and get a better business partner because you're becoming more well known. You may win awards, you may be able to sell companies, and you may become friends with some really important people because they know you as an expert in this field. And in order to really become that brand that is able to have a specific focus and a clear set of unique skills and become that it factor person, you really need to visualize this experience in the future. So I visualize this for myself. Sometimes I don't remember, what I'm doing, who am I? I feel like I have not made it anywhere, and if I lose a business, or if I get a job instead of having a consulting company, or if I'm working on a certain particular portfolio piece, it always helps me to remember that I need to look back and imagine that person giving a speech, introducing me as a speaker, and those 10 things that really will define me in my life. So I want to be able to give you more videos talking about how to define those things and how to find the right portfolio, the right business partners, the right companies to take equity in, the right founders to work with, the right skills to express to people so that you can sell the right product to people. And those are all things I want to be talking about in the future. But for this video, I just want you to remember that whenever you get confused or caught up in something, or you're trying to remember who am I and what is my brand, think of that person introducing you and what are the 10 things they would say about you. And how can you get those 10 things on your resume? And it's a lifetime of branding. It's a lifetime of work. But if you love what you do, it's really exciting. And it can really just validate that you particularly care about this field, and this is something that you just love, and it's a hope and dream for you. So best of luck to you in all of your endeavors, and keep watching my videos about how to brand yourself and keep being awesome.